Oh, hi, and welcome back to Just Some Beach. And today we are talking about Escape the Night, Episode 2. Okay, so this episode starts with Joy Graceffa giving a short recap about all the events that happened in the last episode and why they're stuck there and how Shane died, but is also helpful and how they have to find these artifacts now to try to escape the night. And then he cuts into this scene where it says months before the guests have even arrived. This scene takes place, and it's of this it's supposed to be like this crazy doctor looking guy. Again, it's just not the best costumes. Everything keeps reading as Party City to me again, but that's besides the point. So we have this crazy doctor in a basement talking about how he needs more power and he's doing all these different things with these weird machines, and he has two people trapped in these tubes and they keep saying help, please, and please stop, please help. And I'm like, they have like no effort. They're not that concerned. Like, they obviously are a little concerned, but they're not that concerned about what's going on. I feel like they've kind of just been like, yeah, I guess, like, I don't know the name of this doctor, but I'll just call him Dr. Basement because that's what he is. That's his whole storyline, is just him in this basement, and he kidnaps these people and with his crazy machine somehow sucks out their essence or something, and that gets transported into this other being that is supposed to be a demon, I think, or just some other dark creature. I don't really know what it's supposed to be. It's on a chain, and it's definitely a female, or presenting as a woman, I'll tell you that. And then we get our first official intro. Get a look at what the title cards are, and cute little drawing gives the names of who's in it and their characters. Okay, so finally starting back at the actual episode where they left off last time. So the car went kaboom, and they all run back into the house and are all upset and like, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to get out of here? They all come together and start talking about, okay, well, Shane didn't, but whatever they found in Shane's pocket said to do these things, and you have to find the symbol matching these things. So that's their next thing that they're like, okay, let's just look around. But then before they can do anything, that crankety maid comes in, and I think they say her name is Sarah. So Sarah, the maid, comes in with another thing, like a plate she's bringing in that's obviously closed, mysterious and all. So she comes in and they're all like, no, girl, no, Sarah. Last time you came in here, you brought in a dead head, so no thank you, you don't need to come in here. And she's like, I'm gonna be in here. So she comes in, gives them the plate, and it's a hand, like, it's obviously a fake hand, but it's supposed to be a hand of a witch, a sorceress, and they look at the hand because it has a bunch of tattoos on it, and then a note apparently comes with it, and Justine was like, okay, I guess I'll read it. So she reads it out, and it's some incantation, like a spell of enchanting or something along those lines, and everyone starts freaking out like, no, I'm not conjuring spirits, I'm not. And to some degree I'm like, heck yeah, I'm with Glozell. Oh my gosh, I'm glad to report that Glozell is like, I get way better, I guess. I don't know how to phrase it, but she comes off way more like authentic and just having fun and in the moment, instead of like what the first episode was of her like really putting on like this YouTuber character type. And I feel like everyone in this episode comes down from that. Not everyone, but a lot of people have kind of like honed in now and like, okay, this is what we're doing here. This is what we're supposed to be acting like, and they feel more like comfortable and not just like aimlessly walking around and awkwardly trying to like guess what they're supposed to be doing here. Okay, so anyway, so they read the incantation, and then a Ouija board looking thing starts lighting up letters. As they keep talking, it keeps lighting up letters like, oh, how are we supposed to like find more clues? And it says the books. So because they're in this big library, so they start going around, looking around the room at all these books, trying to figure out like what's in common. And then they see like, oh, well, the symbols on this witch hand, like the tattoos that I talked about earlier, maybe we should look if the books have the symbols. So they start looking for the books with the symbols and start finding books that match up or have similar symbols aligning, and all these symbols have also arrows pointing in different directions. And once they put all the books together, I'm not really sure how they figured out what books go in order unless they're numbered, but yeah, so they figure out what books go in what order, and that the arrows are a combination to this machine machine that if they turn all these knobs in this machine, then the machine will light up or unlock. Again, it's just like, okay, here's this game room. Here's your puzzle. Figure out this puzzle and just do these things. It's, again, not really like the purpose. The purpose is to get this artifact and to escape the night. Like, that's it. So anyway, they figure that out. They get that thing to, they get all the knobs to turn open, and that opens up another clue, which then goes off saying, like, to go over here to this chessboard. So then they go over to this chessboard and do another clue, and it's not like you have to play chess. It's this riddle, and you have to move the chess pieces in a certain order. And so they do that, and that opens up another little box with another clue. After they do the chess thing, they find another note in a leaflet that tells them about the creepy doctor basement, because before that they just show that without any context, and you're like, what? So they talk about the creepy doctor in the basement and how they are trying to get this demon's essence, and then they show the flashback of it. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. Oh my goodness. So back at the flashback with crazy doctor basement guy, the bird guy, our Party City bird doctor, comes in there, and he actually talks like he's whispering and has this dark creepy whisper voice and asking like, are things ready? We need more power for the artifact. And the doctor guy is like, it doesn't have enough power, I need more. And the bird doctor is like, okay, well then get more somehow, you know what to do. And the crazy doctor guy is like, oh, okay, so now cut back here. So they read and figure out like, okay, so this is what that basement doctor guy was doing, and stealing the souls and life essence of these college kids, and that's how it's been feeding the demon. And to stop it and get the artifact, they have to find the elements, so earth, wind, fire, and water. And to do that, they have to go around and solve more puzzles. So they go around looking for like, okay, what object in these rooms would, you know, symbolize these different elements, and go around. And right off the bat, this guy Matt, the professor, first of all, I am not a defender of Lele Pons. Like, I do not like her. But that being said, they don't show like if she's done anything or said anything. But so far from what they've shown, she is just being nice and helpful and normal. But this Matt guy, like right off the bat, is like, I don't trust her. I don't like Lele. We have to get her out of here. We have to. Like, I don't care. We have to get her out of here. And even like dismisses her, being like, oh, isn't this a clue, or wouldn't this be a good clue? He's just like, no. And then later on, she's proven right, and it says like, yeah, I was right. So, Matt. But he just still like has this weird animosity towards her. And again, I usually wouldn't question that, but they haven't shown anything that she has done or said, even like towards Matt or towards anyone. So I really don't know what the issue between those two are, but yeah, that's the thing. So we go around to other groups, because of course they all split off into different groups to try to find these escape room puzzles as quick as possible. So they go around, find the water one, and then they find the fire one. They have to go outside and dig around to find the earth one. And then once they get all of them together, they bring them together and find the numbers. And that was a clue before that. There was a creepy weird whisper once they solved one of the other puzzles, was a creepy weird whisper about a number combination. So they find those numbers from all this, and then they put them together, and then they uncover another secret. So again, once they get this combination to the lock undone, then they read another little letter that tells them what to do. And that, again, like, that's really my issue with this, is that they keep solving like these different puzzles and all these different things just for them to like, every time it's just another note saying, go do this now, or okay, go do this now. And that's what, like, at the end of all of these contraptions, all of these escape room style puzzles, like, that's all the end goal of it is ever. It's just to achieve a note to the next thing, and then achieve a note to the very end. So they finally get their last note, and they say that they have to vote 2 people to go down into the basement doctor. They have to vote 2 people to go down into the basement, and those 2 people will be killed. And whoever is put in the basement, or decides to go to the basement, or is voted into the basement, they get to pick 2 people to fight for for them and try and solve another escape room style challenge so that they can live and survive. So the two people who are volunteering or get voted to die, they don't get to fight for themselves. They have to rely on other people. So right away everyone's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to die. I don't want to vote for myself. How are we gonna do this? And start nominating people. Lele right away yells out for Timothy, which I'm all in right away, because Timothy has been like the most YouTuber, like horny equals funny kind of guy in humor that I've just been like, wait, he can leave. He can go now. Like, I'm not saying he has to die, but like he could go wait outside or something. So Lele right away is like, I vote Timothy. And she's just saying just off his character type. Because remember guys, they're still in the 1920s and they still have these characters that Joey assigned to them and are still supposed to be doing, but we don't know if they're doing them or not. But Lele is talking to everyone kind of like that as their character. So she votes for Timothy right away because he's a mobster. So she's saying like he's already killed people because he's a mobster, so we should vote for him. And everyone else is like, no, we have to keep Timothy in here. And by everyone else, I really mean just the guys. The guys are immediately like, nope. So then the butler says, excuse me, I have a way that we could try to do this and propose. And I'm like, why don't you guys just vote for the butler and Sarah the maid? Like, couldn't you do that? You just need bodies. It doesn't have to be you guys. Anyway, so the butler's like, okay, let's do this like in a civil manner and we'll just vote. Everyone gets to vote for someone and we'll write it down and put it in a jar, and then I'll pick. The butler gets to pick the name. So everyone's like, okay, I guess that sounds fair. So they are like, okay, so we're gonna write down names. But then Joey right away grabs Justine and is like, okay, come here, and swoops her away. Just her. So Joey and Justine go off separately and leaves all the other people behind. And so everyone else just continues talking about like who should go and for what reasons. And again, my girl Glozell I feel like she redeems herself in this one. I'm fully on team Glozell and rooting for her to escape the night, because she's now becoming like the most authentic and real person here. But that again, she's not acting like this jazz singer or anything. To me, it's just she's acting as Glozell. Anyway, so they all talk and they all are voting, and other Ava and sorry, I forgot your name. My bad, girl. The other girl who's like the heiress. It's Justine, Ava, and the heiress, and they're all talking to Joey about like who should go, and again leaving everyone else to talk about who they want to vote. So then they cast their votes, and it turns out that one of them is my girl, the Fixer. Are you Andrea? I was like, are you serious? What? Why? Who voted for her? She is literally the Fixer. And also because like in that challenge, like she was fixing stuff. She was figuring out things that other people weren't. So I was like, why are you guys hating on my girl Andrea, the Fixer? She fixes things. That's her character. Why are you getting rid of Anyway, okay, so I guess they all voted for Andrea the Fixer, and then they voted for Lele Pons, and right away Lele was like, excuse me? Why was I voted? And I'm like, girl, well, first of all, you were all right. You were the first one throwing names, so those people are gonna vote for you. But yeah, I was like, I don't know why they chose Lele either, but Andrea and Lele are the ones chosen to be the people who are going to die, and then they get to pick people who are going to help them and like actually do the challenge. So Andrea the Fixer picks Justine, and I don't know why. Justine right away is like, no, don't pick me, I suck, I'm not blah blah, don't do that. But she's just like, I pick Justine. So she picks Justine, and Lele picks Ava, and the reason why she picks Ava says it's because she's a journalist, so she thinks she'll get it done. But again, like, she's the journalist as in like the character that Joey gave her, she's not an actual journalist. But again, I don't know if we're still acting as the 1920s, if we're acting as our characters, what's happening, or if we're all just YouTubers again. I don't know. Anyway, so all four of them go downstairs. The butler takes them down to the basement where we first saw that cutscene with the basement doctor and the bird doctor. So Lele and the Fixer, my girl, are put into those tubes where those other two people we saw were, where they're going to die and get their essence sucked out of them. So then it's Ava and Justine have to do the contraption that the basement doctor was working on before and figure out how to do that and make the machine like all light up. So again, it's just an escape room style puzzle where you have to do certain things, hit certain knobs, connect certain wires to like make it work. So that's what they do, and it's a challenge down to Ava and Justine working and doing it. And Justine, like, I don't know if Joey and that's why Joey took her aside right away and was like, listen, we gotta get Andrea out of here. She's gonna fix everything. So I'm just gonna put her name in, she's going down there, and you're gonna go down there too, and make sure that you do not save her. Because, like, I just seen, at least, again, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's edited wrong. Blame it on the edit, fully. But I just seen doesn't care. Doesn't seem like in a rush, or really, like, she doesn't care at all, and is clearly in her acting mode of acting as like this, ooh, I don't know what I'm doing, and oh, this is so stressful, and la la la, I shouldn't be doing this. And Ava is like locked in though, like she's trying to get it done and figure out the puzzle like as a puzzle. And my girl, the fixer, it seems like she's just kind of, she sees how Justine is acting, and just submits to her fate of what's going to happen. She knows that Justine is not going to save her, okay? Justine is not going to be the one to fix this problem, okay? She, the fixer, was the one to fix this problem, not Justine. Anyway, so they go back and forth. It looks like, oh, it could be anyone's game. They keep going, cutting it close, but like it's clear Ava has the lead and knows what she's doing and is actually like trying, where Justine won't take her gloves off when she has to go in water. Like they have to put their hands in like ice cold water to unscrew something, and Justine won't take her glove off, and then she acts like that's a big deal, and then eventually does. It's again, you can tell who's trying to get it done and who's not. So Ava wins, and they get so that means Lele is saved, and our poor girl, the fixer, Ava, she can't fix her way out of this one. The tube fills with smoke and she dies. I don't know, again, that's supposed to be like it's sucking out her life essence, her life force, I don't know. But so she dies, but they get the artifact out of it. I don't know if it's because from Ava doing it, or if it was just, they got it because the bird doctor said we need more, so they just gave it another body. But like, how? You said this was a month before? Like, what? The timeline, a lot of questions, but you can't, if you think too much about it, you're just gonna get upset and be like, what's going on? I don't understand what's happening. So, R.I.P. to the fixer, our girl. You were my main one to go all the way, and I really hate what they did to you. It's obvious it was from jealousy, and they knew that they weren't gonna be able to stop you, so I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, they go back upstairs from the basement, they see like, oh no, Andrea died, oh no, and they start questioning Justine, and Justine, once again, like, she is in this actor YouTuber mode, and she's like, I don't care, I didn't mean to, I tried, why did everybody make me do it, blah blah. And then like then she just switches it up, like, yeah, you know what, well, Andrea didn't help me that one time, so let's see her sit, that's right, and everyone's like, whoa. So again, I'm like, so you meant to kill her, like we all said, like you were purposely trying to kill her, you didn't care. And again, why did Joey pick you to go off to the side and do all this? Why are you now like this person with this insider knowledge, or again, the only one who's like acting and trying to be like, you're trying to be the maid, okay? You are not Maid Sarah, okay? You can never be Maid Sarah. But she's trying to be like in this world and a character in this world. So she's like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I don't care. And everyone's like, what? That's shocking. That's crazy. She's like, I don't care. And they're like, okay, well, so they put the artifact in another spot. And then someone finds another piece of paper that has something written on it for them to read. So he grabs it and he reads it out and says, you've been warned. Someone among you, that's right, someone among you is part of the evil in this house and is part of all of this. They know what's going on and they're actively participating in it. And everyone is shocked. They are shook. They are gobsmacked. They don't know what to do with this information. They are just chilled to the bone with this news of someone among them is an evil traitor. And obviously you're like, okay, so isn't it Justine then? Because she was the one who kept it like right away. It's like, yeah, I killed the best person here, the fixer, because I could. So I did. Ha ha ha. So, and then you get a piece of paper just suddenly sticking out being like, okay, so, yeah, there is an issue here and this person is trying to kill people and is part of the evil in this house. And you're like, oh no, who could it be? And my girl Glozell right away is like, well, it's Joey's house, so, and then it cuts and I'm like, see, that's why I like Glozell. She called it out right away, and nobody points the fingers at Joey. It's just Glozell says that one thing that one time. So that was episode 2 of Escape the Night, and I gotta say, this one was way better because it starts off right away, like, you know what you're supposed to be expecting, and I guess, and what they're trying to do. They definitely have more things to do. They're not just like awkwardly standing around and trying to talk act. They're just trying to fix puzzles, which again, it's only so entertaining. There's only so much that's like, okay, like, yeah, this is fun, but to an extent, like, I don't personally like watching people solve escape room style games like all the time. I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, it's more fun when you do it type of a thing. It's not really that fun when you watch other people do it. It's just boring, and that's all this show is, and that's all this, especially like this season, that's what it just seems to be like, is that it's just gonna be this of them playing and solving these puzzles, and then randomly 2 people are selected to die, and for whatever reason, if they can't solve a puzzle or someone they pick can't solve a puzzle, they die, and that's it. And that's just how the night goes on. Like, the night, like, we know this is filmed over multiple days, so it's weird. Again, the story of it, I still don't understand Bird Doctor Mask Guy. Like, what is his deal? What is his problem? Like, surely he owns the property then. Like, this is Birdman's house, but gave it to Joey for some reason, which again, I'm like, is it just for the bodies? Because you could get anyone for the bodies, but this is part of a whole bigger scheme. Remember the Shane Dawson in the beginning? There's an evil, like, a whole group of evil people and people that fight against the evil, and Shane was one of them. It's just a lot. So, but yeah, this episode was more palatable, I guess I would say, in like watching. There's more stuff there's doing, there's more interactions between other people, even if they're cringy and weird and seem like they come out of nowhere, like, oh, okay, so you hate Lele for no reason, okay, or okay, Justine, you hate Andrea the Fixer for no reason. Like, I just, it screams jealousy to me, Justine. You seem a little jealous of my girl Andrea. She could fix things. I just hope the other episodes like pick up more and get more engaging, I guess, and are not just this of just, okay guys, let's split off into 3 different groups and we'll all read different pieces of paper that tell us to solve different puzzles, and then once we solve those puzzles, we'll all come together and solve another puzzle, which will then lead to another piece of paper that tells us to go solve another puzzle until we solve that puzzle, and then once we solve that puzzle, we'll get another piece of paper that tells us how we have to kill 2 people, and they have to go solve some more puzzles for the Bird Doctor. Like, why would I want to watch that? Why would I want to watch a full season of that, let alone multiple seasons? But apparently the other seasons get better. I guess like budget wise, probably heck yeah, like probably have better effect, better staging, probably better puzzles too. But yeah, this is kind of a hard watch, I'm not gonna lie, especially on normal speed. It's very hard watch on normal speed, because again, it's just watching YouTubers solve escape room puzzles and then finding paper and then solving another puzzle and finding more paper and so on and so on and so on. R.I.P. though to the Fixer. You were my favorite. You were the best. They knew you were a threat. That's why you had to be the first one out of the house. Well, I guess Shane was the first one out of that, but he was a prop. He was set all of it. They knew you were the problem, the Fixer, and they had to get you out, and that's why they're like, no, just pick Justine and she will for sure kill you. Ugh, sabotage. I tell you, sabotage. Okay, so that's gonna do it for me. I'm Shella, just a little old shell, talking about and giving my opinions on whatever washes up on this shore of Just Some Beach. See ya!